I thought Trump gave you all that advice.
Well, Trump did he talked me out of buying a place in Battery Park because it had a land lease, but and he was really good. He went through the numbers. I mean, he knows numbers. I mean, he was able to go through and he knew.
Yeah, like dollar menu.
Yeah, he knew how to figure out how many square foot, how much it would cost.
How many black people that you need to evict
per square foot. Somebody is blind enough to date me. And I had just dropped the kids off because I had the kids for the weekend. Great time, as always. And then, in fact, I showed my daughter for the first time. I mean, first we watched Little Miss Sunshine. She's 15. I love that movie. It's great. And it kind of has there's a reason why I bring that up. And then after that, I obviously showed these in the wrong order. Then I showed Lily, because she loves horror films like The Conjured, and I showed her The Exorcist, and she loves horror films. So I decided to show her The Shining. She was screaming and freaking out the whole movie, and she's like that. And it was, and it was so cute because I actually felt good that I showed her something that actually scared the fuck out of her. I don't know why. Does that make me a bad parent? But she, so of course we had to have the lights on all night. And yes, I showed him in the wrong order. I should have went to Shining and then Little Miss Sunshine. So then I had to put on Three Amigos just to ease everybody's, tensions. My son was getting scared when he was playing on his computer, which he couldn't even see the TV, but he was just getting scared by the music. And the, Daddy isn't here, Mrs. Torrens. Daddy isn't here, Mrs. Torrens. I mean, I know. I go to these because I didn't buy mitzvah them. Our kids because we kind of raised them both Catholic and Jewish. They're Jew Catholics or Kesheris, whatever. But we I didn't do either one. And then you go to these bar mitzvahs out here in L.A. and it's like every parent is trying to outdo the other parent, and they're so elaborate, and it's all about this. They treat the kid like the kid's like fucking Tom Hanks or something. It's like the movies of them and all these honors, and it's just crazy. Me to because I
brought you someplace with that.
Well, because one of the things that I had talked about that had hurt Howard was I was on Artie Lang's show, and because Artie had called me after you guys had the Stuttering Comic on. And you were blown away by the guy. Do you remember?
Yeah.
I mean, and he was really funny.
He's really funny.
I mean, I love the drive-through joke.
And a great story behind that whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, and he was great. And I watched that, and I think it was my oldest said to me, "Dad, did you see?" When Howard was saying what an inspiration that the stutterer was, and part of me at that time was like, he's an inspiration. How about a stutterer becoming the announcer on the freaking Tonight Show? That should be pretty inspiring.
No, I've always had, I don't know if we ever talked about it, but I always had a connection to you because when I used to listen to you on Howard Stern, I love Howard and I love the show, but it was always hard for me to listen to any time anybody made fun of you, and I'll tell you why. Because my son, who's 26 years old, was a stutterer. Yeah. I just said, I can't hear that.
But let me ask you, now this is my egocentric thing, but when you were on America's Got Talent and that stutterer was on, and when you guys went to commercial, did Howard bring it up, like, anything about, like, oh, I used to work with a stutterer all the time. Was it ever mentioned? I'm just curious.
Want me to be honest? No.
It's not like he didn't have other things to do. Like he wasn't.
It wasn't about you.
Minute break on
we had a 2-minute break,
and
it's not because he didn't think that of you.
Egotist? No.
I said I was being egocentric. I'm just curious. What the fuck? I mean, I don't want to curse.
You don't curse. Well, it's too late. We've been all swearing.
Well, not that much, but yeah, no. I was just curious because for me, yeah, I did take it personally because I was like, wow, there's a stuttering, and I'm thinking of what's going on in Howard's head because he's going, well, I made fun of a stutterer for 15 years. You know what I mean?
But that's how we know you, because you could have been 27 other guys who had spoken eloquently, and you don't know those people. So that's
and as much as he made fun, he also gave you a great platform, and that's how Jay found you, because of Howard, and that's what. So Howard, as much as you say he may not have mentioned you in that moment, and it wasn't really about you. No, but I'm saying he did give you an amazing gift.
Time alimony goes up and down based on your salary. So, so like when I was making a lot, then I was paying her $6,800 a month at one time. Then the Tonight Show cut our salary. Then I went down to $3,000, and then it went down to $1,000. Then it went back up to $3,000. I mean, it goes up and down as your salaries go up and down. But Charlie Sheen's paying $43,000 a month. to one of his wives.
Crazy.
So
That's just the one wife.
I know. So he's saying he can't afford it. So he's, and I hear so many of these people are having now Brad Pitt saying Angelina Jolie is going broke. So what I'm leading up to, Roy, is I posted a joke on Twitter, and my comedian friend Jason Galern, who he goes, how horrible, and he spells probably maybe like $450 a year, and listen, because look, I didn't make Charles Sheen money, I don't make Angelina Jolie money, I didn't make Artie Lang money. I mean, I made, my hating on the Tonight Show probably maybe like $450 a year, and listen, I made so many good choices with housing. I don't know if you know this. Like, I was paid $35,000 on the Stern Show when I bought my first house, and I was able to afford my first house because I had bought Infinity stock at $17, and I bought 2,000 shares, and it went up to about 120.
Of what stock?
Infinity. That
okay.
That was a company that Mount Commerce owned. So I was able to, I get it up to 250,000, where I put 100 down on my house in Babel. Now, I bought that first house for $350. I sold it for $500 in like 3 years. Bought another house for $750. Sold it for $890. Then I bought my condo in Manhattan. Gonna load this down. I bought my condo in Manhattan before I got to the Tonight Show. I paid $960,000. I sold it when I got the Tonight Show within 8 months for $1,450,000.
Who gave you all that real estate advice?
Me, because I buy in an area just like I bought my place now in Canoga Park. I buy in an area where I know people are going to have to go out.
I thought Trump gave you all that advice.
Well, Trump did he talked me out of buying a place in Battery Park because it had a land lease, but. And he was really good. He went through the numbers. I mean, he knows numbers. I mean, he was able to go through and he knew.
Yeah, like dollar menu.
Yeah, he knew how to figure out how many square foot. How much it would cost.
How many black people that you need to evict
per square foot. But anyway, so I've always been successful in real estate. When I bought my first house out here in Calabasas, which I bought in Calabasas because I wanted backyards and I wanted a good school district. My kids are still going to Calabasas. Calabasas was the top-rated school district in all of California.
Sure.
So, and I don't have to pay for private school, which a lot of my friends do, and guys who make good salaries don't have enough money to get by because they're paying all this private school, elementary school. Calabasas, they're in a good school, so I did that. I bought that house for $1.4 million. I sold it for $2.1. This is where I made my blunder, thanks to G.W. Bush. I bought my next house. When Jay gives the notice that he's leaving in 5 years, I go, fuck, I'm going to be out of work now. So I buy this house in the Oaks and Calabasas. This is where Justin Bieber eggs people, and goes 100 miles per hour down, residential roads. And although Justin's behind the second gate, there's one gate to keep the riffraff out.
Yeah.
And there's the second gate
to keep the riffraff in.
No, there's the second gate to keep the $1 million to $2 million a year people out of the 10 to 20 million people. So
because they're new money.
Yeah, so the Britney Spears and Justin Bieber, they live behind the elite gate, the golden gate.
Oh my God.
So anyway, that's where I made my blunder. So I bought that house for $2.1. I'm thinking I'm going to sell that after the 5 years that Jay goes for like $3.5 because my neighbor sold his for $3.65. I'll come out with like $1.5 million, $2 million, and then I'll be, I don't have to worry too much. I'll be able to invest that and then just keep, pay myself $80,000 a year and I'll be fine. Then the bubble burst on the Bush, and I knew it was happening when he started going to Iraq and Afghanistan. All the wars were costing billions of dollars. I go, and then it's not really all his fault because the whole housing. There was no, these guys were giving out loans they shouldn't have been giving out. And at the bubble burst, I lost like $400,000 on that house. So I made probably $2 million on housing, but I lost that $400,000 chunk right when I needed it. And then I was out of a job for 4 months, before the Jay Leno show started. And then when that got canceled, I was out of a job for another 3 or 4 months, and then we went to the Tonight Show, so I was able to save more money, so I could buy my house that I have now.
And by the way, what chapter will all of this be in your book?
It won't be my book, but I'm just saying.
The second book.
Why? Why?
Nothing.
Do you want me to include this in my book?
No, just keep going, please. What?
No. Just explain. Just this is.
I was trying to set you up. Never mind. Keep going.
In my book, Easy for You to Say, that comes out October 16th. Yeah, I don't really, but that's the
Chapter 11. Anyway, go ahead.
Chapter 11. Oh, that's what you're going for.
And I was okay. It was a joke with a book plug that you
I'm going to
missed.
call back to it in chapter 13.
Listen, I've never declared bankruptcy, as Dee Snider has done, as Donald Trump has done 3 to 5 times. I have never declared bankruptcy. I've kept my head above water. And in the entertainment industry, I've been successful now for 28 years in entertainment. That's pretty damn fucking good. I was able to be executive producer on Stephen Mills' show. I was the head writer for the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar roast. I've been able, now I have a book deal, and as you know, I'm expecting a pretty huge advance any day now. So, I'm able to keep my head above, but I can understand why when I make a joke about driving for Uber, some people are going to fucking believe me.
But this is actually not to make it too serious, but this is the problem with Twitter as a whole, because it's a multi-purpose forum. People make jokes, people make serious statements. So people will read whatever they want to read, however they want to read it.
But that's just also how the world has always worked. Like, if you're in the public eye, people assume you're on top. You got the millions and you're living the life.
Yeah,
as soon as you disappear for a few minutes, everybody assumes you're done, you're destitute.
Yeah, exactly.
There's only the extremes. They never just assume you're like, I'm good. I'm just stepping back for a while. Somebody, who did that? A really famous comic. I just forgot. He stepped away.
Oh, I don't know.
He made movies. He was like, I just want to raise my kids for a while, and now he's kind of coming back a little bit. I just blanked on it. No, darn. I'm sorry.
All right. Thanks for leaving that out there.
Sorry. It'll come around.
Find out next week who Don is talking about.
Turn off his mic. No, I'm only kidding.
I don't have that power.
I'm only kidding. Anyway, but getting back to
Don runs the whole space station over there.
Well, he'll think about it now.
It's going to come to me.
But yeah, so I can understand that. But like, I even have a tag for the joke. I do the joke. I say, it's how bad my career is going. I'll say like when I'm on the stage in Reno, I'll go, this is how bad my career is going. This is actually the highlight of my career. And then I'll say, no, seriously, this is how bad my career is going. I was in an Uber the other day, and unfortunately, I was driving. And then I'll say, and it was weird because as I'm driving, I see this other comedian who took my job on the Stephanie Miller Show, and I see him, and he's walking like 10 dogs, and I'm like, look at this loser. How good of a comedian could he be? He's a dog walker.
He's a dog walker.
And then I go, wait a second. I'm driving a fucking Uber.
Rick Moranis.
But he went away for different reasons. His wife died.
Yeah. Like you say, to raise his kids. That's what I'm saying. But people perceive, he's tanked now. His career's over. He's out of the public eye. He's done. No. He just wants to go live a happy personal life. He's still got cash. He's fine.
But anyway, so I get it that people believe it, but I'm just like, it's a fucking good joke.
I think it's funny. I think it's more funny to me that people chose not to hear that as a joke.
I know. Well, the Stern fans just want me to fail.
Well, there's people that are so incredibly negative towards you. We talk about this every week. There are people that are so negative towards you just for leaving, as if like given the opportunity to make more money wasn't a good decision on your part.
Well, it wasn't only that. And look, monetarily, in the long run, it probably would have been better to stay at Stern because I would have still been there and I was still making, I don't know how much they would have upped me to. I was making 85. They probably doubled it when I went to Sirius. I probably would have been making, I don't know, 170, maybe 225 now.
That's still half of, not even half.
No, it's not a lot. But see, the thing that they don't understand is that A, I get 2 pensions from making the move to the Tonight Show, which will keep me sustainable for like the rest of my life.
Right.
Those pensions are for the rest of my life. Because I was paid so much. What?
I mean, anybody that really wants to have any insight into your financials and sort of your entire life. I mean, this is it right here. You're putting it all on the table. It's very honest
I
of
don't
you.
care because what I'm saying is
it's kind of incredible.
No, because I'm an open book anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, like we got the guy in the White House right now. Like we have no idea financially what's going on with this guy. We know everything you've done financially now.
Yes, but so what I'm saying is I made the move not even for the pensions or anything. I made the move because I couldn't wait to get the fuck out of the Stern Show. I couldn't handle the abuse anymore, and also I went to NYU for film and television, and I wanted to fucking, fulfill my dreams. Anyone who doesn't fulfill their dreams is going to end up regretting it. So when people ask me, do I regret leaving Stern? No. If I didn't leave to be the announcer on The Tonight Show, be part of television history, I would have been on The Stern Show now, still pissed
pissed that I didn't leave. And even if I told Howard that I had an opportunity to be on the Tonight Show, he would have said bullshit. He would have called me a liar and said that would have never happened. There's no way they would ever hire